Today, some things you might want to know. Hello again, it's Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Welcome to our latest post covering finance and property news with a distinctively Australian flavour. And today, I just wanted to firstly draw your attention to a couple of posts that have been made on other YouTube channels, but which are highly relevant for you if you've been following our work here. The first is a post that John Adams and Robbie Barwick and I did relating to Mandurah in Western Australia and the social issues and property issues that are over there on the West Coast. And this can be found on the Interests of the People channel, and I do recommend that you go have a look. This is a really good example of what happens when mortgage stress runs away and a couple of years later we see the social and financial consequences more broadly. Unfortunately, our view is that Mandurah is just a leading example of what we're going to see elsewhere. The second post is on the CEC channel, and this is a conversation again with Robbie Barwick, and this time with Joe Wilkes. Joe, of course, is our New Zealand correspondent, and Joe talks about some of the issues over there in New Zealand. Again, it's a very interesting post, and I think that you would do well to listen to it, not least because one of the issues they touch on is deposit bail-in. Next, I just want to update you that today I had the opportunity to interview Steve Keen. He actually spent more than an hour in the studio here, and I've got a number of shows now recorded, which I'll edit and post over the next few days. And Steve and I had a wide-ranging conversation. We touched on data, we touched on debt, we touched on MMT, we touched on central bankers and how they think. And more broadly, we also touched on Steve Keen's thoughts around ecology and the broad issues of energy. A very thoughtful set of discussions, I think, and I hope that you will look forward to them. They'll be posted over the next few days. And finally, before I go, just a quick reminder that on Tuesday, the 16th of July at 8 p.m. Sydney time, we're going to run our next live stream event. And you can ask a question live via the live blog during the session, or you can send me a question ahead of time to the DFA blog, there's a link below, so that you can get your question in well in advance. I've already got quite a few that I'm going to be touching on. And given that I'm going to update my scenarios and talk about some of the latest information, I think this will be a pretty interesting post. And just to keep you updated on a couple of other things before I go, firstly, our household survey data for the quarter, we're a bit behind simply because there are a few other issues going on in the background. And one of those is that my wife is rather unwell at the moment. So I'm having to spend quite a lot of time with her rather than doing the normal schedule. And as a result of that, you may see some of the shows posted late, and I might even end up missing the odd day or two. So if that does occur, then please understand it's simply because of domestic circumstances beyond my control. But nevertheless, we will be posting the results from our household surveys over the last quarter and the financial confidence index again over the last month, because there are some very important messages contained in those data points as well. So this is Martin North from Digital Finance Analytics. Many thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.